Assalamu alaikum guys, and my name is Abdi Muhammad. As you know, today's class will be from two mathematical concepts, which is reflection. We are going to learn this topic called reflection. Remember, we are not actually dealing with science here, but we have also a transformation which is called reflection in mathematics. This is part of the transformations which are learned in Form 2. Reflection is very examinable and very important, by the way. Though the KLD will not give you some rules, but I will be giving you some rules here of reflections that will guide you and help you solve questions from this kind of concept of mathematics. Guys, without wasting time, let's first define what reflection is. Reflection is a transformation that involves change of position of an object where angles and size are invariant, means there's no change, though the image will always be inverted. Just understand, the image will always be inverted. But what's going to remain invariant or unchanged is the size of the angle and the size as well of the figure. Then, knowing that definition, then we have reflection, rules of reflections. Rules of reflection. Rules of reflection. These rules are not found in the KLB or any other commercial book, but these are rules that are set by myself, the mathematician who's here in front of you, who's going to help you when you are stranded in your respective areas due to COVID-19. Don't forget that. Guys, you can at least enjoy at home level and calculate mathematics, because I'll be giving you the best notes for reading. Okay, reflection has got 6 rules. We have rule number 1 up to rule number 6. Then tonight we are going to discuss about for tonight's class we are going to discuss about rules of reflections. Rule number 1. Let's go to rule number 1. Rule number 1 is reflection. Reflection of a point onto the reflection of a point onto the x-axis. This is the first thing we're going to discuss. Reflection of a point onto the x-axis. Don't forget, the line x-axis also called what? The line y is equal to 0. Because in the examination you can be told, reflect point A, which is maybe 3, 4, onto the line x-axis, or you can be told reflect onto the line y is equal to 0. Don't forget we said on the x-axis y is 0 in formal concept of mathematics during graphs and coordinates. Don't forget that. Coordinates and graphs. So if you are told reflect onto the x-axis and reflect onto the line y is equal to 0, they are one and the same. Don't forget that. Then what are you going to do for you to get the image point? Let's try this one. What we know is when a certain point is reflected onto the x-axis or the line y is equal to 0, what will happen is that the x-coordinate of the point given will not change in sign, but the y-coordinate changes in sign. Or you can say the x-coordinate remains the same, but the y-coordinate changes the sign. That's rule number 1. Okay? Let's try that. Rule number 1 is this one. So look at this one. When a certain point is reflected onto the x-axis, comma, the y-coordinate of the point change the sign, but x-coordinate remains the same. X-coordinate remains the same. Let's say, e.g., A, which is 3, 4, when reflected onto the x-axis will be will be A prime. This is the image, don't forget. This is the object and this is the image. 3, comma, negative 4. So we are saying when a given point is reflected onto the x-axis, the x-coordinate of the point given remains the same, but y-coordinate change the sign. Don't forget that, please. That's rule of 1 of reflection. You see? So if you're told reflect point blah blah onto the x-axis, remember in every point we have x-coordinate and y-coordinate. The first coordinate in the bracket is for x and the second coordinate is for y. So what's going to change the sign is the y-coordinate. Don't forget. If it's positive, it will become negative. And if it's negative, then it will become positive. So this is rule number 1. Let us make sure you go with me up to the end. Rule number 1 of reflection is reflection of a point. Reflections of a point onto the x-axis, or the line y is equal to 0. They're same. So when a certain point is reflected onto the x-axis, comma, the y-coordinate of the point changes the sign, but the x-coordinate of the x-coordinate remains the same, meaning it will not change sign. So e.g. you are told if point A, which is 3, 4, remember this for x and this for y, that's for one concept. E.g. A 3, 4 will be A prime, the image will be 3, negative 4. That means y has changed the sign, don't forget that. That is rule number 1. Then we'll proceed ahead and go to rule number 2. Rule number 2 is what you're going to see. Rule number 2 is very, very easy. Let's say it is reflection of a point onto the x-axis, onto the y-axis. The line y-axis is also called what? X is equal to 0. That's number 2. Rule number 2, yeah? Reflection of a point onto the y-axis. So ask yourself, what will happen when a certain point is reflected onto the y-axis? Obviously, the x-coordinate will change the sign. It is the opposite of the previous one. When a given point is reflected onto the line, onto the y-axis, the x-coordinate of the point changes the sign, but the y-coordinate remains the same. Just understand, it's the opposite of the previous one. So let's write that one. When a certain point is reflected onto the y-axis, comma, the x-coordinate of the point, change the sign, but y-coordinate remains the same. E.g., if we have A which is 3, 4, and this point is reflected onto the y-axis, then the image point will be, A prime will be, or you can say the image point will be, let me say that, let me write that, is reflected onto the y-axis, comma, then A prime will be, let's say here, comma, then the image point will be A prime negative 3, 4. Can't you see now? When a certain point is reflected onto the y-axis, the x-coordinate of the point changes the sign, but y-coordinate remains the same. E.g., if we have point A which is 3, 4 is reflected onto the y-axis, then the image point will be A prime. Don't forget this is the image point. A prime will be negative 3, 4. negative 3, 4. So this is rule number 2. So if you are told reflect onto the y-axis, what you're going to do is for you to get the image point, make sure you change the sign of the x coordinate of the point given. Then that's how you're going to get your image point. So that is rule number 2, guys. Then rule number 3 is what you're going to discuss then. Rule number 3. Rule number 3. Rule number 3 is reflection of a point onto the line y is equal to x. The other name of y is equal to x is y minus x is equal to 0. Because when you make y the cellular formula, it will be y is equal to x. So in the examination, if you are told reflect onto the line y is equal to x, or the line y minus x is equal to 0, remember they are one and the same. Don't forget that. Let us see this one. This is rule number 3. So if a certain point is reflected onto the line y is equal to x, this is what's going to happen. The two coordinates will interchange position, but there's no change in sign. The two coordinates of the point will interchange position, but there's no change in sign. Don't forget that. Let's write that. If a certain point is reflected onto the line y is equal to x, comma, the two coordinates will interchange position. But look here. But there is no change in sign. There is no change in sign. E.g., if a 3 negative 4, look here, is reflected onto the line y is equal to x, then the image point will be a prime. The two coordinates will interchange position, but there's no change in sign. So it will be negative 4, 3. They are interchanging position. Don't forget that. And again here, there's a line you're going to draw. The line y is equal to x passes through the first quadrant and the third quadrant. Okay? Through the first quadrant and the third quadrant. You must know what the first, the third, the second, and the fourth quadrant are. So this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So this is what you normally call first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So your line will pass through the first quadrant and the third quadrant. So on top of this line, you're going to write y is equal to x. And that line must be drawn during examination or any other time when you're solving. And B, write this one also. And B, the line y is equal to x passes through the first and third quadrant and must be drawn. You must draw it. So that is rule number 3. Then we will go to, this is rule number 3. Don't forget. This is rule number 3. Rule number 3. We say that if a certain point is reflected onto the line y is equal to x, comma, the two coordinates will interchange position, but there's no change in sign. They will interchange position. Both may kala bedela my alaman bedela my friends. Both kala bedela it's a matter of interchange in the position. So guys, this is reflection rule number 3 of reflection, which is out of the book, by the way. You see now I'm actually simplifying for you the mathematical concept that it's typing at school level. Okay? Then we'll go to rule number 4 of reflection. Rule number 4 of reflection is what you're going to see. Rule number 4 is it's nothing but y is equal to negative x into y plus x is equal to 0. So this is rule number 4. Reflection onto the line y is equal to negative x, or in bracket y plus x is equal to 0, because when you take x to the other side, it will take what? Negative. So we are saying when a certain point is reflected onto the line y is equal to negative x, what will happen is that then the two coordinates will interchange position. The two coordinates will interchange position. As well as the sign will also change. 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 E.g., if a 3, 4 is reflected onto the line y is equal to negative x, then y is equal to negative x, then the image point will be, open the bracket, we said what? The two coordinates will interchange position, as well as the sign will also change. Okay? Then what will happen is that these are the two coordinates, so interchange. It will be negative 4, comma, negative 3. The two coordinates will interchange position, as well as the sign will also change. So that is rule number 4. The line y is equal to negative x passes through the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So you're going to draw. It will pass through this, the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So it will pass here. So you're going to say y is equal to negative x. You can write at any point. You can even state this one, y is equal to negative x. So it passes through the second and the fourth quadrant for your information, guys. This is rule number 4. Then we'll go to rule number 5. Rule number 5 of reflection is what we're going to discuss about. Okay? This is what you're going to discuss about. Rule number 5. Remember that was rule number 4. This is rule number 5. Rule number 5. So rule number 5 is reflection of a point onto the line x is equal to plus or minus, look here, plus or minus b, comma, where B is a point of reflection, where B is a point of what? A point of reflection. Where B is a point of reflection. Okay? So now, if a certain point is reflected onto the line x is equal to plus or minus b, plus or minus b, then the formula of getting the image point, the image point will be what? Will be 2b minus x coordinate, comma, y. 2b minus x coordinate, comma, y. E.g., if a 6, 4 is reflected onto the line x is equal to 4, then A prime will be, remember, these are the two coordinates, okay, of the point, which is 6, 4. 6, 4. So right here on top of that x and here y. Then come here and on top of this one write b. Our formula is what? 2b minus x coordinate of the point given, comma, y. So we are going to say 2 times 4 because our b is what? Our b is 4, point of reflection. Remember, this is b, point of reflection, minus the x coordinate of the point, which is 6, yeah, comma, y will not be affected, yeah, 4. So A prime in this situation will be 8 minus 6, 2, comma, 4. So you're going to use this formula, 2b minus x coordinate, comma, y. So that's how you're going to solve. In the event where you're told, reflect onto the line x is equal to blah blah, where blah blah is the value of x, yeah? Yeah, that's the mirror line. We're going to discuss this thing during when solving questions from this kind of concept. But remember, these rules are from my personal, you see now, personal critical thinking. Is it? I did critical thinking and come up with these rules so that it will help you during examination. It is through critical thinking, my dear. So the moment you digest these principles or rules, you will not have problem with reflection. We have only 6 rules, and this is rule number 5. We have started from rule number 1, which was what? Reflection of a point onto the x-axis, followed by reflection of a point onto the line y-axis, followed by reflection of a point onto the line y is equal to x, followed by reflection of a point onto the line y is equal to negative x, followed by number 5, which is reflection of a point onto the line x is equal to plus or minus p, where p is a point of reflection. You're going to see this one. We will solve questions, but just understand these rules because they will help you during examination. Okay? Rule number 6, which is the last one. Here. Rule number 6. We are coming to the end. Rule number 6. Rule number 6 is the opposite of this one. Rule number 6. So, we are going to say, we are going to change this one only. Rule number 6 what? So this will be rule number 6. Reflection of a point onto the line y is equal to plus or minus b. Again, where b is a point of what? Reflection. See now? Because you'll be told, you'll be given a figure like a triangle or a square or a rectangle, whatever it is, or a kite. Then you'll be told reflect onto the line y is equal to 4 or y is equal to negative 5. Then you must know what to do then. So you're going to use these rules, yeah? Rules outside KLB. Yeah? Rules outside here. outside KB, my friends. I'll be solving for you all questions in my familiar. So if you're not taking advantage of this program, may God bless you. We'll pray. Okay, we'll pray for you. So now let's write that. So what will happen is that before we write something, when a certain point is reflected onto the line y is equal to b, where b is any value, it can be negative or positive. So we are going to use a general formula, okay? This is the formula we're going to use. Let's write that. When a given point is reflected, let's write that. When a given point is reflected onto the line y is equal to plus or minus b, comma, the formula of getting the image point, the formula of getting the image point, the formula of getting the image point will be, we have this one, x comma 2b minus y, where b is a point of what? Reflection. This is 2b minus y, x comma 2b minus y, e.g. if a 6 9 is reflected onto the line, let's say that, onto the line y is equal to 4, or let's say y is equal to 5, then the image point will be a prime, x will not be a vector, 6 comma 2 times b, remember this is b, don't forget, and this is x and this is y, 2 times b, 2 times 5 minus y coordinate, which is 9 in this situation. So a prime will be 12 minus, 6 comma 10 minus 9 is 1. That is the end point of reflection rules, guys, for your information. In our next class, we are going to see questions from this concept of reflection. Make sure you do these questions. Read the rules, do questions based on this concept. Okay? Otherwise, I wish you the best. Please make sure you subscribe our YouTube channel and as well as share with your friends and family members. Otherwise, I wish you the best.